Hello everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the iPhone 16 and compare it against the iPhone 16 Pro and see which particular phone is a better one for you. Now, even from you looking at these two phones, you probably couldn't even tell which one is which. The 16 Pro is on the left, the 16 is on the right. Now, we're going to do a lot of comparisons in this video, but if at any point you want to go and pick up either one of these phones for the cheapest prices I can find, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside, the iPhone 16 on the front of this phone is giving you a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. And it's a good panel, right? It's good, but it's not great. It's 60 Hz. It's not the best looking thing in the world. A little bit of a thicker bezel around it compared to the iPhone 16 Pro. It's also slightly smaller than the iPhone 16 Pro, but it still is a good panel nonetheless. And I do think it's a good looking phone, when you're kind of looking at it. There's not really any highlight of this phone, to be honest. With the iPhone 16 Pro, it's giving you a 6.3-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. So this is slightly bigger, which is something that's big. Honestly, you don't really notice it that much. You just notice more so how thin the bezels are inside of this phone. That's the first thing I notice. Now, it gives you an always-on display, which is nice, and it gives you a ProMotion 120Hz display as well. This is a big upgrade. Coming from the 60Hz panel here to the 120Hz panel here, it's a very, very big difference, and that in and of itself could probably mean to me, for most people out there, that could be the differentiating factor of getting an iPhone 16 or an iPhone 16 Pro. So that right there is a big thing to keep in mind. For the rest of the bodies, you can kind of tell what else is going on here. So they both are giving you volume buttons here, action button here. They're both almost exactly built the exact same way, which is kind of insane. They're both giving you nothing at the very top. At the bottom, USB Type-C ports on the bottom of both of them. Same type of speaker grill. You can't even really tell one is way bigger than the other one. They're both relatively kind of the same type of height and width. On the other side, you're basically getting your camera buttons right here, which is a really nice thing to have. I love having my camera button. That's a really, really cool thing. And you're getting your power buttons right up here too, which that in and of itself is another really cool thing going on here. On the back side, you're also getting your triple camera setup. So right here is a very big thing to keep in mind here too. You're getting a wide ultra-wide telephoto lens on your iPhone 16 Pro with a LiDAR sensor. The iPhone 16 is giving you a wide and ultra-wide camera. So I do think that in and of itself is another really nice thing going on here. You're getting frosted glass backs on both, MagSafe capability on the back of both of them as well. Beyond that, there's not really anything super insane from the bodies. There used to be bigger differences between the Pro and the standard models, but for the last 2 years, they've been kind of keeping them the same. Beyond that, they both look more or less the same. Same like IP certification. I think the panels get the same brightness as well. So there's even a few differences from that side as well. So from the exterior, that kind of covers it up there. Now, when it comes down to the software longevity, we really don't know how long these phones are necessarily going to last, but I would probably say both these devices are probably going to last around the same time. So if I had to kind of guess, I'd probably say 7 years. The only big thing is that there's a slight difference from the chipset variation between these two, but other than that, they're both kind of the same thing, and they're even giving you the same amount of RAM, which hasn't really happened in a couple of years. So I do think that right there is a very, very big thing to keep in mind there too. So if you're wanting the longer lasting phone, one really isn't going to last that much longer than the other one. So just kind of keep that in mind when it kind of comes down to it from there. So now let's go and do a speed comparison between both of these phones. The iPhone 16 Pro is giving you that Apple A18 Pro chip inside of it with 8 GB of RAM. Where the iPhone 16 is giving you that Apple A18 chipset inside of it with 8 GB of RAM as well. So let's go and see which one's a faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let us get into it. iPhone 16 is on the left, iPhone 16 Pro is on the right. Phone calls 3, 2, 1. Okay, music 3, 2, 1. Okay, messed that one up a little bit, so let's just go on to the settings 3, 2, 1. That's the same thing. App stores 3, 2, 1. So 2 different panels right there. Let's go and kind of scroll through. And the big thing I will tell you is that 120 Hz on the right is definitely smoother, but the iPhone 16's display is also fairly smooth for the most part as well. Mail 3, 2, 1. About the same thing. Camera 3, 2, 1. Why are these applications not opening up when I'm clicking on them on the iPhone 16 Pro? It doesn't make sense. Let's get into some other applications. Let's try Pew Pew Live 3, 2, 1. Actually, I think the iPhone 16 was slightly faster there. That was kind of surprising. Hopping out of these two, let's get into some other ones. Let's do Subway Surfers 3, 2, 1. Now, I will tell you with the iPhone 16 Pro, you are pretty much getting like an overall better chipset than the iPhone 16. But you're really comparing like a Pro model chipset versus a standard like base model. So I don't even know what the main differences are from that side. There's probably like a slight difference, stack 321, but there's not going to be like this big monumental difference that you're going to notice for the most part. For this one, not much else that you can kind of see here either. Hopping out of these two, Facebook 321. Now I am logged in here, so let's just kind of forget this one. Netflix 321. And the iPhone 16 looked to be a little bit faster there. That's kind of surprising. Thank you 321. And you can see right here, I think the iPhone 16 might actually have been a little bit faster there. So I'm not really too sure what to make of this one. Snake for Blocks 321. But there are only slight differences as far as I can tell. And even here, you could see the iPhone 16 again. It was kind of a faster one here and there. So I don't really know what to make of this one. I mean, definitely the iPhone 16 Pro should be faster. Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And that's the thing I really don't like, right? Is that when you're paying more money for an iPhone 16 Pro, you want it to be better in every single way, especially if this phone is giving you this Pro chipset. But so far, almost every single time, my iPhone 16 Pro has been faster than my iPhone 16. There's been some times I just messed up here and there. But for the most part, like if you're trying to get a phone that at least opens the games and applications faster, you could probably make the argument that the iPhone 16 Pro isn't really giving you that great, is still giving you a great experience, but the iPhone 16 might be the faster one here and there. So I'm not really too sure why that happened, but from this basic test that I did for like app opening, it looks to me that in some cases, in most cases, the iPhone 16 might actually end up being faster than the iPhone 16 Pro. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part. Now, from the other side, when it comes down to the cameras, both are giving you, obviously the iPhone 16 Pro is giving you a triple camera setup, dual camera setup on the iPhone 16. So wide and ultra wide cameras on both. This one's giving you an additional telephoto lens. You're also getting 4K at 60 on the front and the back, but the iPhone 16 Pro is giving you 4K at 120 frames per second. Now, with something like the iPhone 16, the thing I really like about this type of camera is that it's a good type of lens, right? It's a good type of camera. 10x zoom on this type of lens, zooming out 0.5x zoom. You're getting video mode, cinematic mode, slow mode, time lapse. You're also getting portrait mode, spatial mode, and panorama mode. So that is something that's really nice on this type of lens. Like, it's a good camera, it's a good looking lens. I think it's a very, very good, solid type of camera when it comes down to it. And that is something that I actually do like a lot. Is it perfect? No. But it's a good enough camera, and I do think that's a very nice thing going on here. With something like the iPhone 16 Pro, this type of camera is also very, very nice to have. It is an overall better camera than the iPhone 16 for sure. You're getting 0.5x zoom on the outside, which is nice, and you're getting 25x zoom on the inside. This is a very, very big difference. Just being able to go through and get that type of difference is very, very massive. It's super noticeable, and that is something that you're going to notice inside of this type of camera. So, to basically sum up this whole entire comparison, what I would definitely tell you is that if you're trying to go through and pick up the better phone, in almost every single way, the iPhone 16 Pro is probably going to be the better phone for you. This is the phone that's probably going to be giving you like overall better experience, better capability, better quality, better cameras. What else? It's supposed to be giving you better performance, but I didn't really see it. I think even better battery life I got on the 16. Actually, no, the iPhone 16 gave me better battery life. So I'm not really too sure what you're paying for here. The ProMotion display is nice, the thinner bezels and the better camera. Otherwise, I do think in a majority of ways, I guess in some ways, the iPhone 16 is giving you better battery life for my real world test, and it's also giving you better performance, I'm assuming, which is kind of crazy. But if I had all the money in the world, definitely I'm going for something like the iPhone 16 Pro. But I think the iPhone 16 is also still a very, very good phone for the price. It's not a good phone for the price, but it's a good in this specific comparison. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.